Inside Thursday night, how's it going? Alright, strip back, good crack, multi-trade podcast. Share the knowledge you know, help to make our sector grow. Everybody's learning from experts and the journeyman. Insights.
Right, so we're back again for another bonus episode of Inside the Stripped Back podcast. I'm Stephen Buckley.
And I'm Keith Delahan.
And we're at WorldSkills Ireland here in Dublin in the RDS Arena. So we're going to take a walk around, Keith. We're going to get talking to some students, some teachers, some coaches, and see what kind of stands are on show here today at WorldSkills Ireland.
Yeah, delighted to be invited here by WorldSkills themselves. It's an honour for me and you as a podcast to get in amongst all the competitors and the tutors and see what this event is all about. And just from walking in here, it looks like it's a massive event that maybe me and you would have never been subject to through our apprenticeship, which is great.
Yeah, so I guess without further ado, let's get walking and see who we can meet.
Let's go for it. So look, we're after entering one of the more vibrant exhibits. We've got a lot of greenery here. A lot of lads put in a lot of hard graft here as well. So we're at the horticulture stand and we've managed to grab one of the attendees and he's going to just run us through what the stand is all about.
How are you doing? So my name is Zach Harold and I'm a college teacher based in the Botanic Gardens in Dublin. And what you can see here is the horticultural display. So we've got a landscaping example of horticulture. And we're operating on a demo basis this year. So hopefully next year we will be competing. But for this year, it's to showcase what horticulture really is all about.
Yeah, and look, you know, it's a big market in Ireland. You know what I mean? We've got the weather for this type of thing. And, you know, there's a lot of people genuinely interested in the trade as well. So have you got much foot traffic through the stand today?
Yeah, from what I've experienced, it's been really beneficial, and we've got some terrific questions and inquiries from a whole host of different students coming by and people from all walks of life. But definitely a lot of interest, and I think it's our job to try promote people in the industry that there is this side of horticulture and this line of work that you can get into. Really,
yeah. Well, myself and Keith, like we're electrical background. So when we were coming out of school, it was always the choice of, you know, electrical or plumbing or carpentry. So it's great to be able to see, you know, different aspects of different apprenticeships at these type of events that sort of opens people's eyes up to different career paths for them. For anybody now that's coming out of school, maybe a junior cert or leaving cert level that are looking to try and get into, you know, horticulture, what does a horticultural apprenticeship entail in regards to duration of length of time before they can actually get out working in it?
Okay, so this is a 2-year apprenticeship, and they should go on to apprenticeship.ie or Generation Apprenticeship and look for horticulture. And then you'll see all the different businesses that are registered employers that are willing to take students on or young people or old people, it doesn't matter, all walks of life, and put them forward then for an apprenticeship. And look, this wasn't available to me when I first left school, and I wish it had been available because I would have liked a flavour of the industry first before I jumped into a degree, which I did in the end. And look, you get to earn and you get to learn, and it's very manageable. And then at that point, you might think to yourself, actually, I do want to do the degree, but at least you've got a good flavour of what it's like to work on in this industry before you make these commitments.
And finally, do you think, you know, if it gets accepted and you're going to be in competition in years to come, do you think that will entice more people to actually take up the apprenticeship and, you know, put themselves forward to being in this type of competition?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so, because just like as you've both said, that traditionally apprenticeships would have been maybe carpentry, metalwork, or for example, and not enough people are aware that this side of work is available to them, and that they can get into horticulture. I, for one, got into horticulture because my parents pushed me into it, and I stuck it out, and I ended up working for one of the largest soft fruit companies in the country, growing strawberries for 4 years. So you don't know where this education will take you. There's so many different job opportunities, and it's so diverse and so interesting. And hopefully, the more we participate in these types of competitions going forward, that will help to promote horticulture to people that aren't aware of it already.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I just want to thank you on behalf of the podcast. That was brilliant. And best of luck for the rest of it.
Cheers. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Right, so we grabbed a couple of lads on the way around the exhibits, a couple of mates from the same school. So they're just going to introduce themselves. What's your name, buddy?
My name is Raymond. Sean. Solomon.
Ola. And lads, just looking around today, was there anything in particular that grabbed your attention in terms of maybe what you want to do when you leave school?
Maybe the automobile technology. It was alright. Looked good. Yeah, same. The automobile as well.
Yeah. On into the cars, yeah?
Yeah, I really like the cars.
Same for yourself, yeah?
Same.
Do you think it's a handy and a good opportunity for students to actually see all the different trades and jobs that can be available when you leave school or when you're going to do your leaving cert?
Oh yeah, 100%.
What year are you in?
6th year.
6th year, yeah.
Yeah.
What school are you in, lads?
Park.
Park. Where's that based?
From Dalton.
On Dorking, yeah. So, if you were to take anything away from today, then what would be your biggest takeaway from the event here today?
Yeah, it's not all about the points.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Lads, look,
Cheers,
thanks for meeting us and thanks for having a chat.
Sound, lads.
Best of luck, right? So we're after stumbling across the immersive technology stand, and to be honest, myself and Stephen don't have a clue what it is. So we've kindly one of the participants is after allowing us to speak to her and share what the stand is all about. So what's your name?
My name is Iris Kirsebeck. I'm the immersive technology program manager for the apprenticeship by MSL E2B. We are part of the XR Hub in Sligo, and we're developing this new apprenticeship. It's still subject to validation, but we're hoping to get it in by October and have our first intake next year in 2026.
Right.
So immersive technology, do you want to know what it's about?
Yes, please.
I want you to explain exactly what that is.
Yeah. And people come up, because I think everybody uses the word immersive a lot, don't they? Immersive learning and stuff. So if you think of yourself as immersed in something, you're immersed in the technology. So if you put on a VR headset and you are completely transported into a different kind of landscape, so you're not aware of your natural environment anymore, you're kind of somewhere else. So that's immersed. So if you think of immersed technology, it's just different types of technology that put you into that space. So whether it's audio in a 360 around your body, or whether it's a visual, like the art exhibitions that were up in Dublin with the projection. So that's all immersive technology. The apprenticeship itself is going to learn apprentices how to actually build that. So really exciting softwares like Unity and Blender, 360 video, spatial computing, all those kind of things. So it's quite an exciting...
And have you had much traffic in terms of students today?
Traffic, yeah. We've had to close the stand just to get a 5-minute break. So, and I think it's well past lunch at this stage, you know. So the kids love it. They're quite interested about the apprenticeship, you know. And we've got a mix of people. We've got your software developers that are interested in that, and we've also got the creative designers. So there's a nice blend that's required kind of to build this kind of stuff as well. There's loads of questions, there's loads of interest, and of course they love doing it. They just love the experience, and just hearing about it as well and what it is. So.
And do days like this, do they kind of give the course the validation it needs to get pushed over the line?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know, so we have loads of people taking pictures of flyers and taking contact details because they actually do genuinely want to. So we had a couple of people as well. They're like, I'm going to be finished 6th year, and this year, will the apprenticeship be ready by the time I finish school? So there's loads of that, which is great to hear.
Brilliant.
There's lots of interest in it. And like that, a lot of people asking questions because it's very, very new in Ireland, this technology. We're not as advanced as in other countries maybe. So it's great that MSL E2B are able to kind of bring this into an apprenticeship at the level 6. because a lot of this kind of stuff is actually specialized and it's very niche, you know. So to be able to have something where the kids come straight out of school, or some people who want to upskill as well, you know, they might be working in architecture or in engineering, and they actually want to kind of become an apprentice to learn this kind of skill set. So it's not just people straight out of school, it's also, you know, existing hires maybe within companies. So the apprenticeship is really open to lots of different types of employers and businesses, and lots of different type of apprentices as well.
Yeah, like at the moment, it's probably only offered to people through their companies as a upskilling. So what you're doing here is giving them an entry level learning of the skill before they go into the companies, which is, I presume, is only going to be really beneficial for them.
Yeah, exactly. To know, and a lot of time when you when you meet people, especially younger people, when they have a passion for this, like, you know yourself, when, you know, software developers, and they learn really quick and they love it. But it's the same, like we were talking about different types of companies that this apprenticeship would suit. Because people kind of think, oh, this is very niche, but it's not really. So we had engineering companies that want to do, you know, LiDAR scanning, and just, you know, be able to kind of put headsets on and jump around the environments that they've created, to the OPW that have kind of scanned a tourist attraction and that people can walk into. We had a gorgeous experience where it was the Walton Institute actually that they videoed a walk in 360, and it allowed people to put it on the iPad and walk along, and if they stopped, the walk stopped, if they looked around. And that's as well part of the immersive technology kind of experience, you know. So it's great for people that might be afraid to go out and walk, or kind of, you know, so
Are not able, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So all this kind of technology, it has so many different practicalities across so many different areas. It's not just VR development. It's so much more than that.
Yeah. For anybody then that's come through as traffic over the course of yesterday, today, and Friday, for anybody that you might get a bit of interest from, are you taking expressions of interest from the students coming through, and then maybe following up on it then down the line?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm giving them my contact details. They can find us on LinkedIn from MSLE2B's XR Hub. And, you know, they can get in contact with me through my MSLE2B. I'm not going to explain my last name, but the details are there, the QR codes are there. So if they have an interest, they can email, and we'll keep in touch with them, and we'll help them with the kind of employment, employer kind of search and things like that as well. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, definitely, we're going to take a picture of that QR code and we're going to push it through our show notes. So thanks very much for talking to us today.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
So we're after grabbing an apprentice here at the WorldSkills. What's your name?
Sean O'Reilly.
How are you, Sean? How's things? Myself and Stephen were just going around, asked a few questions to a few boys walking around. What brings you here today?
Well, I was in phase 4 there at the beginning of this year, and got on all right. And one of the instructors asked me would I like to give this a go, and I said, yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, happy days. And what trade was it in?
MAM fitting, but what we're doing here is called industrial mechanics.
Industrial mechanics, yeah. So what would that entail? So if anyone was going into that trade, what would they be looking at in terms of a career like?
Well, you could be in a workshop, like fabricating the machine, and that's what I do mainly, or you could be out on site maintaining a factory or fitting platforms or steelwork, things like that. So there's a lot in the job, like.
Yeah, like we see a lot of students here today. So do you think this is something that you'd be kind of privileged to come and be invited to? As in, you said your instructor asked you to come and have a look around. Is that something that all these people here with schools should be looking to try towards?
Well, yeah, it's good to, like, it's a great achievement to get here, and
Yeah.
it's good that you can put it on your CV looking forward. It'll be something that stand out, like.
Yeah.
I know it is cool, yeah.
Yeah, no, well, fair play to you. And look, thanks for stopping. Thanks for having a chat with us. And we might see you on one of the exhibits now soon.
I did on soon.
Cheers, lad. Thank you. So we're over here at the Jones's Engineering stand. We've got a couple of employees of Jones's Engineering that are exhibiting to, I suppose, everyone here at WorldSkills today. So you'd just like to share your name and what the crack is?
Hi, my name's Shauna Cahoon. I'm a third year electrical apprentice. And today we're just basically trying to get hopefully as much 6 years and a few TYs interested in doing electrical apprenticeship and just giving them mainly all information on what it's all about.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm Jamie Cops. I'm with Jones Engineering as well. I'm a fourth year apprentice, electrical. Yeah, basically what was just said there. We're trying to get the word out. Back when I was in sixth year, trades weren't really, I suppose, brought to our attention.
Yeah.
It was always college. So it's actually great to see a lot of schools here and getting the opportunity to talk to us and understand what it was about.
And look, the Jones's Engineering name is like, it's a household name in Ireland for anyone that's looking to go into apprenticeships or any of the trades. Like, they offer full M&E as well. They do plumbing. What else do they do?
Yeah.
Instrumentation, pipe fitting.
Yeah, they do mainly everything. Like, there's actually a lot more than, like, not a lot of people know. Because when people look at Jones Engineering, they just think electrical and plumbing, like, but there's more to it than just electrical and plumbing. So.
Well, I tried to get a job with Jones's years ago, back in the recession, and they rejected me. So I was a bit reluctant to come over here. You know what I mean? Bit of a sore spot for me.
A bit sad.
Yeah, a bit jealous of you. You know what I mean? Being able to get in and. Well, look. In terms of people going around today, did you get much traffic through the stall? People looking interested and curious.
There was a lot of people. A lot of people just grabbing stuff from
Yeah,
their
to
desk.
be fair, mainly like a lot of people, obviously the kids nowadays be looking at like the merch that we have. But to be fair, we actually have got a good few students that came up to us, especially like a good few girls as well interested, and like a load of lads that are looking to apply as soon as they finish. Like most of them would have their safe pass and everything. So there was a lot of people today compared to yesterday that are looking for it.
And just like for anybody like yourselves, like that are working through like the years from start to finish of apprenticeships, then you're looking at supervisors then as well then that are above you then within the roles. Is that something that is well sought after within Jones Engineering, that there's a lot of career advancement opportunities within the company?
Yeah, there's loads of room to climb the ladder. One of my best friends from home, he's already qualified, I'd say about 6 or 7 months, and he was asked to be a charge hand already. So there's plenty of room to go up the ladder, and like it's kind of just endless.
Like when you're going throughout your apprenticeship, they do watch you. Like, so they do be like looking at like, say like third years and fourth years now, they do be looking and being like, that would be a good supervisor, like as he said, charge, like everything. Like they just look at that, especially construction managers. Now with Jones, it's like they do a lot of that. There's more managers than anything now because like you can go up a lot higher.
Yeah.
In Jones as compared to some companies where you have to like wait it out longer.
Yeah.
So
And in terms of where they work, they do a lot of overseas work as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So there's opportunities to travel.
Yeah,
19 countries worldwide.
They have Sweden, South Africa, Wales,
Norway,
there's
Denmark.
not a lot of people would actually.
England,
realise.
Germany, Bahrain. Yeah.
Is it great for yourselves to be able to see the skew in the gender coming in through this building today and getting a lot of females being attracted to the stands as well, compared to what it would have been like with myself and Key growing up, where it would have been all sort of strong male heavy apprenticeships?
No, it is really good because when I started off, like I left school at 17, and then looking at like nobody like. But everyone would look at you and be like, oh, why do you want to be an electrician? So it's really nice now that a lot of girls are getting more encouraged. And like there's a lot more respect on site now. So everyone understands like now she's here to do her job. So it's really nice to see more girls. Because like I don't work with many girls. I mainly work with lads. So like looking at young girls coming in, and I get the opportunity to tell them, come in. Like you're welcome. Like it's not like what people make it out to be. Like it's not as scary as you think it is. Like you won't get treated bad. So it is really nice to see now a lot of things has changed since back then, like so.
Yeah, 100%. And fair play to you for doing that as well. But I suppose in terms of people coming through again, any young people that are applying for the job, presenting their CV, is there any little hidden tricks that you might do to maybe get the leg up and maybe get into Jones's? Because look, you probably got a lot of interest today. Is there anything that Jones's are supposed to be looking for that might make the applicant stand out?
I feel like when I put my CV in now, I know it probably because like Jones don't get a lot of girls, but like when I put my CV in, I told them I did a lot of practical stuff with my father. Like he's an electrician, but he mainly does mechanical at home. So like mainly putting like that you can work with your hands, that you are interested, like just telling them that like even like if you aren't sixth year now or like TY, like at least like out your comfort zone, try work with your hands for a bit, do a bit of landscape and just a little bit of something, just say, look, I have worked with my hands and I can actually like do the job.
Be willing to
basically.
learn,
Like,
really.
yeah,
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
that's all it is. Like, but
Yeah. Well,
I
look,
think that's mainly what they look for, really. Just someone
Make-
that's
make sure-
hands-on, like
Make sure you're telling them that you're hands on and that's what you want to do and that's what your passion is. Yeah.
yeah. No, look, I appreciate you sharing your time with us here today. And it is important to get the message out there for the next generation coming through. So fair play to you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
So we've managed to grab 2 more students here at the WorldSkills event. So would you like to tell us your names?
Vicara, Arissa,
And what school are you from?
Bishopstown Community School, Bishopstown Community School.
And he's here with the majority of your class, the majority of the year.
Most of our year and like some other years.
And what exhibits that you've been to today have most interested yourself?
Stuff like beauty, like the hair stuff and like the like eyebrows and like eyelashes. Yeah, and beauty therapy and hairdressing.
And were you surprised at the scale of the event?
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting like so many things like to be here and like so many stalls that give out so much information.
How important do you think it is to be able to come into an event like this while you're in school to try and maybe open up your minds to give you a better idea of what maybe potential future careers are out there when you are on the way out the door after you're leaving cert?
I think it's like really helpful because some people like don't know what they want to do and they don't know like what options there are for them. So I think like events like this kind of like help people like recognize what's there and like if they need anything they could just, there's loads of options they can explore.
And in terms of the event itself then, is that something that you'd like to do as well? Participate and compete against your peers to win accolades like WorldSkills?
Yeah, I think I would be interested in that.
Be cool, wouldn't it?
I feel like that'd be really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, thanks very much for stopping and chatting to us.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
best of luck with the leaving, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, cheers. Excuse the pun, but we've landed here on the Dublin Aerospace stand over at WorldSkills in the RDS. Joseph and Emma have been kind enough to share a soundbite with us. So how are you doing today?
Not too bad. Said the same thing.
What we're trying to do here is just take a walk around and try and engage who's at WorldSkills Ireland and what each company is trying to showcase to the potential school leavers that are coming in here and what potential careers that might be available to them. So for the likes of Dublin Aerospace, whereabouts is based?
Based in Dublin Airport in Hangar 5.
Also based in Ashburn, we have our landing gear facility out there. So we have 2 different kind of apprenticeships running. We have a tool making one at the moment in the landing gear facility in Ashburn, and then we have the base maintenance aircraft mechanic apprenticeship open in Hangar 5.
So in terms of an apprenticeship and the apprenticeships that you've mentioned, what are we talking about in terms of time for, I suppose, the person coming in to do the apprenticeship? What are we looking at in terms of time?
So it's a 4-year course, both the tool making and the aircraft mechanic apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I participated in the aircraft mechanic apprenticeship myself. After finishing the 4 years, my experience with it is pretty good. Like in first year, you spend 9 months down to Shannon, and you're learning all about basics of aircraft and you just learn how to get good with your hands and different hand skills that you make that you learn. It's just the kind of the basics that you need to know. And you also do exams during those 9 months. So I spent Monday to Fridays from September to May or June the following year down to Shannon, and I come back home on the weekends. And then after Shannon, I came back to the hangar and was working to get my EASA Part 66 Category 8 license, which is, so that's after the second year. And then third year went to TUD Bolton Street and studied there for 2 semesters, and that was working towards my EASA Category B license. Then just the year gone, I spent the year upskilling again and just getting my experience on both A320 aircraft and Boeing 737 aircraft. And filling out my logbooks, just trying to get to the end goal.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yourself, your journey through the apprenticeship, was it good?
Yeah, it was great. Now I'm in my last year now, so I've been with the company since I started. I'm doing the MAMF apprenticeship, but the company in the past 2 years changed over to toolmaking apprenticeship just because it better suited what we actually do at the landing gear facility, which is machining the parts. It's not really mechanical in regards to like, you know, maintenance on a plane, but we do a full overhaul of the landing gear. We do 737 and A320 gears. We started recently doing the ATR gears. If you're familiar with Emerald Airlines, the propeller planes, we started taking in some of the gears there to do work. But it's the same as the other one. We do 4 years as well, but it's the basic structure of an apprenticeship. So you do 7 phases.
Okay.
You go to, I think for tool making, you start off in Dundalk for phase 2, and then for phase 4 and 6, you go to ATU in Sligo. So I think that's the only place actually that offers it in Ireland, which it's kind of a niche, you know, apprenticeship, but it is very good and it's in demand. Like people with tool making work in pharmaceuticals as well. They work in injection molding. They work as well in the aircraft like industry.
Yeah.
But like it is very broad and like you might put you off by hearing tool making, you know, but you know, you are making tools, but most of the time we'll be using like lathes, mills, grinders to perform precision work on the landing gear, like boring it out, grinding it out, diameters, fitting bushings as well, making the bushings. Also I've had experience as well. They put you at different parts that you might not be doing in your trade, but it's good to know in the company. So like the NDT, the non-destructive testing, the inspection, you can be up in the strip and paint areas. We also do electroplating in-house, which I had 6 months in there, which was, I liked it now, but it's very different than my actual trade. It was very interesting just seeing all.
Yeah, so when you hear tool making, it's a lot more broad than what you might think. And I suppose that's the idea of you guys being here today, is to kind of project that onto the younger people coming in and looking to maybe pick a path in the career that you're in.
Yeah, like it's the tool making trade. You learn how to use like obviously the machines I said there, like the lathes and the mills and the grinders, but also with the CNC machines. That like with the ways things are going now, technology, they really hone in now on that was a pun there, hone in on. Some people might get it, some people won't.
Just full of puns.
They really like try and go in on the CNC because that's where everything's going now. But they really have like tool making is traditional as well. Like a lot of the older lads would, not to say look down on CNC, they wouldn't ever, but like they really like working with their hands, like, you know, using the, you know, the old tool and the old micrometers and the digital stuff. They wouldn't really be, but like they really now are trying to use the technology. So a lot of the lads in our company are working on CNC machines. You have a massive CNC grinder and they're getting more experience on that because, you know, if you go out and work for another company, like it's going to be mostly make programs and stuff, or you know, but also they have a good understanding of materials, which is probably the most important part about that. You know, they know how metal will react when you machine it. Like, you know, aluminium, you can take loads off it, but you can't do that with steel. I know it sounds like common sense, but you'd be surprised how. You know, like I'm working with it every day myself. I kind of know, but I definitely would you know, credit them for really knowing the details of metals and
come here, were you surprised? Was there much interest in the stand today from the students?
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely wrecked after this whole day of talking. You can probably tell from my voice I'm going a bit hoarse, but yeah, I was really surprised. There was so much interest, and there was a lot of even TY students trying to make a decision or trying to even get a bit of an insight of what they might do in a few years' time. Our apprenticeship is open to anyone over the age of 18. So even like there's a lot of people in 6th year, and they can apply from February onwards because it's open. It starts in September. So once they're 18 by the end of September, they're eligible for the apprenticeship.
Yeah. So they can actually apply before they turn 18.
Yeah. I think with the aircraft mechanics, kind of the same. If it opens in February and you go through it and you're still sitting your leaving cert, like by the September comes, like, or October comes, it's kind of that pressure off your shoulders. You're not waiting for that.
You know what you're going to be doing.
CEO offers and stuff like that. Like I got my offers while I was sitting in the job already, taking it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to, I was going to defer it maybe, but then I was like, no, I want to do the apprenticeship. I don't want to go to college now. I
No,
like
fair
the
play.
structure of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers. Joseph, Emma, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us at WorldSkills Ireland 2025, and hopefully what you are doing here today will, maybe open up people's eyes within the industry that is available for them and the career prospects going forward. So fair play to you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
thank you.
Walking through, and we've bumped into an old friend here at WorldSkills Ireland 2025 here in the RDS. We've got Katrine O'Connor here, who has shared a bit of a time with us on the podcast a couple of times, sharing her story. But she's here today promoting Designer Group, but at the same time, she's building up a bit of a name for herself within the industry on RTE with a documentary out at the minute and a few write-ups in the paper as well. So how has 15 minutes of fame been over the last couple of months, Katrine?
Nobody actually cares. It's not that deep. No, just unfortunately I roped into some things, but it looks good for the CV. So look, we'll roll with the punches. It's a bit of an honour though, representing apprentices across Ireland. Not actually, maybe not across Ireland, but just for females in the industry. It's nice to see even more women come up to the stand and ask me about my apprenticeship experience and seeing it from my co-workers. So I've really enjoyed it so far. And then just being a bit of a voice, I suppose, for WorldSkills. But at the same time, I'm like, nobody actually cares.
And have you seen that gender skew come through the door over the last couple of days, where you're seeing more females maybe being attracted to the trades-based stands?
Yeah, definitely. I think in contrast to last year, we've had 2 other females on our stand with Designer Group. And I think it does make a bit of a difference because it makes it more approachable. And then showing people what I do online and showing the girls like the photos of the other girls working, it makes it a bit more, if you can see it, you can believe it. And I've had a lot of girls come through the door with their parents saying, oh God, well, my mom doesn't want me doing an apprenticeship because it's dirty. And that's for prison goers. And sure, that's not the case at all, because look at me. I done film marketing, now I'm doing social media and electrical apprenticeship, so I'm only delighted to hear all that.
There's still time, Katrine, there's still time.
There is time. I can go still to prison. So that is an option, lads. That is an option. No, I'm only asking. Don't go to prison, guys. Don't.
Well, look, in terms of the event here itself, are you surprised how many, school leavers or people doing TY or in their leaving cert? Are you surprised how many of them have actually come through the door?
The amount of females coming up to us, that is surprised me, where there's females leading, like girls coming over right by themselves, and they're like, I really want an apprenticeship, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Can you tell me a bit more? And it's
Come
nice.
over here to me.
Yeah, like come on over here, babe. I'll tell you. I'll show you the
I'll
ropes.
sort you out.
Yeah. So it is nice to see more women come into the industry, and we need it. And hopefully one day I get to mentor one. So that'd be really exciting. But yeah, no, I'm not surprised by it all. Like, it's a massive event. Everyone needs to be here, whether you're a school leaver, still in school, college leaver, or career change. There's a lot of people over here come looking for work. So
Yeah.
people are changing up their careers, and I think it's really important just to do it for yourself. Whatever feels right for you, just go do it.
And Designer Group, we'll give them a shout out. Like, in terms of the job and the job opportunities within them, are they offering a good apprenticeship for anyone that's willing to take it on?
Yeah, I think the main thing, from what I'm hearing feedback from my seniors, is that people tend to start it and don't realise what it actually is. I think it's just really important. Do your research, know what you're getting into, and make sure you're willing to learn. That's really all you can ask for. Like, the recruiting agents are here. I've asked them what do they want in a CV coming out of school, and all they want is a bio about you, maybe your hobbies. If you have experience, put it down. If you don't, just make it really clear that you want to learn. That's all someone can ask for, because at the end of the day, Design Group provide, like, you can walk in naked and they put everything on you, give you all the training, give you all the tools, and they do work it up, and you will be a good industrial commercial electrician.
Yeah, and it's an all-rounder as well, delivering like mechanical, electrical, HVAC. So I think you're not sort of pigeonholed into, thinking about just the electrical end of it. You know what I mean? So, you're open to pretty much everything, mechanical-wise.
At the moment, we're working on a lot of renewables. At the moment, I'm working on CHP units. So that massive engine is being wired by me, and all the containment wired by me. Obviously, not just me, a qualified electrician working with me, but the mentorship now that I've gotten on this site is next to nothing, because you're working with lads who have been self-employed, worked their way up through companies, went back to being RCT. So you get a really good variety of knowledge from those people. And I think it's really important to value mentorship. And I think the really key thing is mentorship and having someone to give you the ropes so you can tie the ropes.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Cheers. Thanks for your time, Katrine.
Thanks very much, lads. Nice to see you.
Cheers.
Great to chat to you as always.
Right, so we're back again and we're on the Mercury Engineering stand here at WorldSkills Ireland 2025, and we've got a few people here that want to introduce themselves and let us know what Mercury is all about.
My name is Kevish Rambrin, and I'm doing my electrical apprenticeship at the moment. I'm going off to phase 6 now on Monday. Serve me time. I've been doing it for the last 4 years, and I've learned variety of stuff in the site.
What type of career prospects are available for the likes of the school leavers coming out of school right now?
How you doing? My name is Conor Gray. I look after the apprentices here with Mercury. So look, I suppose for career prospects, ideally what we're looking for school leavers to do across the board here in industry is to serve their time, and become tradesmen and become good tradesmen and reputable tradesmen as well. From a Mercury point of view, there's great career progression within the company in the sense that, like most of the companies around here, when you look across at any of the companies that are on the stands around here, most of the fellas who founded those companies are tradesmen. You know what I mean? So designer, Mick Stone, CGK, Conor Carney, all of those guys are all tradesmen, and it would have been the same with Mercury. The guys who founded Mercury were tradesmen, and I think that's where it comes from. So from a career progression point of view, that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for people to come up through the trade, through industry, who can work in it, who have an understanding of it, right, and who want to kind of drive it on, or who want to get involved in driving it on. So look, it's important for us here in Ireland, I think, that we do that,
And like Mercury, I suppose, would be one of the big ones in terms of engineering in Ireland. So there's obviously a great chance for career progression for anyone that does take on the apprenticeship and does well within it.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I mean, most of the fellas that would have served the time with me as apprentices now are they have bigger roles in the company now at the moment. Like we've QSs, we've engineers in the company, all fellas who would have served their time. Fellas who are working in all sorts of different departments within the company, again, who came up on their tools, and on the step ladders and on everything else, and that's where they are. So career progression is a huge thing, and I think we're looking for people to come along and go into project management roles and go into different roles like that as well. Obviously not within 3 or 4 months of coming out of your time, but we are looking to hold on to them to do those kind of roles as well.
What's the main apprenticeships that Mercury are offering to potential school leavers coming out looking to get into a trade?
So the two apprenticeships we're offering there is electrical and pipe fitting. So pipe fitting is probably only an apprenticeship, I think, since 2018. It's a fairly new apprenticeship as well. And look, industrially, we would do an awful lot of pipe fitting because we're doing farmer jobs. We're out in Intel, out in Leak Sipping, we're doing stuff like that, high purity pipe work. But pipe fitting is a good apprenticeship. A lot of fellas, I think, leaving school don't see pipe fitting, they see plumbing.
Yeah.
But we're offering pipe fitting as a good alternative there, and you can really travel with pipe fitting as well, European-wise and global-wise as well. And look, the electrician thing, sure, look, what can you say about electricians? I'm one, so be very careful what you say about electricians.
We are as well, you're all right.
Yeah, well, there you go. But I mean, look, it's the premier trade, but it's one of those things, like if you're being an electrician, you really can move on into so many different roles and aspects of most companies. So, look, from that point of view, that's what we're offering.
Brilliant.
Yeah, look, and in terms of WorldSkills and what they put on here today, are you happy with the footfall that have come through the doors today?
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Adam, I'm the mechanical trainer here at Mercury. Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's been a lot of positives that have come out of it. There's been a lot of interest, and you can see the people that have come through the doors who genuinely have an interest in it. They come up, a lot of people could be after the merch, but people who aren't after the merch and they come up and they sit down and they grab a leaflet, all that type of stuff, are the people who are genuinely interested, and also you can see there, with the parents coming in with some of them,
Okay.
and most of them have good intentions too, but it is nice to see that their parents are, they're backing them and right, let's go, and they're there to support,
Yeah, like it's probably noticeable to you as the kids that are here just for the day off, and the kids that have the head screwed on and are genuinely here looking to know what their next steps are in their careers. And like Mercury is a household name, and like you're gonna get a good apprenticeship through Mercury.
Yeah, like particularly the lads and the girls in 6th year, who are kind of right, I need to do something now next year. So it is nice to sit down and chat with them and kind of run through the whole apprenticeship scheme with them, and give them a clear insight of, what's expected from them, and kind of where they can go from here.
Yeah, and look, it's in terms of yourself, head of apprenticeships within the company, it's kind of a little mini first interview for those people coming around. If they get chatting to yourself, like in terms of getting into the company, they're going to have to talk to people a lot higher up even than their technicians. So it's probably a brave thing to come to stand and talk to you guys as well.
Yeah, no, look, lads, fair play to us for doing what you're doing here today at WorldSkills and opening up the opportunity for the next generation to get into the trades. We want to thank you for sharing us a bit of insight here with us today, and we look forward to seeing how Mercury progresses within the trade industry within Ireland and abroad. Fair play to us.
Cheers, lads.
Thanks, lads. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
So we're at the ESB stand and we've managed to nab a couple of the employees of the ESB. So if you just like to tell us who you are and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I'm Aoife Murphy. I'll be qualified now in a few weeks' time, please God, anyway.
Lovely.
My name's Ty McDonald. I'm a second year, nearly third year now.
That's great. So no better people to tell us then about the apprenticeship that the ESB offer.
Yeah. Like it's a 4-year apprenticeship, same as college, and you have your 7 phases. Obviously phase 2, 4 and 6 you're in college, the same as any other electrician. But in the other phases you're doing different rotations within the ESB. So you'll have your overheads, your undergrounds, your cables, transmissions, areas, like you can get a feel for everything. I'm currently in cables. That was my favorite section at the end when you're in your 3rd year. So Tyke now will be soon picking his favorite section. He'll be streamed into that section then for a year, and then you'll have your interview at the end of the 4 years, and you'll be kind of hoping to God then that you get to be put into the section you were streamed in, like so.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. So in terms of the apprenticeship then, it's more diverse than probably what people think. The ESB are doing. They're basically just turning the lights back on when the power gets an outage, but they're actually upgrading the grid. They're there's even to like driving the trucks across fields and working on overhead lines and stuff like that. So they're offering a lot more than what people think then.
Oh yeah, like I recently got my full lorry license. Like the ESB will cover you for that because you need people to drive the lorries. And like in terms of upgrading the lines, we're flat out doing it. We're down in Rosslare the whole time. We're up in Gorey as well. There's major works going on. We had to work overnights there just because we couldn't be dealing with the traffic in the day. Like it's an experience every day, to say the least. Anyway.
Would you have had events like this when you were coming out of school that would have opened your eyes up to the ESB?
My brother is in the ESB, so I would have seen what he was doing when I was younger. And then, like, I come from a farming background. I knew I wasn't going to college, and he recommended then going for the apprenticeship. And sure, I did, and sure, I got on right well in it. Like, and I'd recommend it to everyone. I came from an all-girls school. There wasn't a word of an apprenticeship in school, and I was looked as an outcast for doing an apprenticeship. But I'd recommend it to everyone that I see.
And look, in terms of being here as well, so that opportunity came to you to be part of WorldSkills as well through working for the ESB. What was the process in that got you to be nominated to even take part in it?
My supervisor would have asked me. I would have done countless school visits now throughout the apprenticeship. I would have gone to nearly all the schools in Wexford promoting the apprenticeship, which is a great thing to do because no one came to my school. So I wouldn't have ever heard if it wasn't for my brother. But there's some crowd here today. Like where the throat is nearly rotted off me talking all day. But no, it's great. It's great to see so many people wanting to know about DSB. A lot of people don't know what's involved in DSB.
What message would you like to get out there, not just for any lads that are leaving school, like, but for the likes of yourself, like for any like girl that's sitting at between junior cert and leaving cert right now and might have the thoughts in their mind that they want to get out there and do something a bit more physical. And obviously your experience has been a good one within the ESB, and it's trying to share that message here today to any girls that are passing to try and promote it to them.
Yeah. Well, like if you like working outside, it's a major thing. You are going to be outside in all elements of the weather, like whether you like it or not, you are going to be outside. It's great. Like you're not stuck in an office. Every day, like
just a field you're in, or you could be in a housing estate or someplace different every day. You're not going back to the same place every day. And I tell them,
I'd say the days flying, do they?
oh, they do, yeah. Oh, they absolutely fly by. And like if it's low, the summer's the best because the weather is lovely, everything.
plans.
But even like during storm damage, where early mornings and late nights, like the days just fly by because you're just kept tipping away at everything.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely tell them just go for it. Try and apply. Try see how it goes, and if it doesn't work out, you can apply again next year. Like I applied in 5th year, just to see what the application was like, and then applied again when I was in 6th year.
Yeah.
Got through it that way. But even if like for a girl, like it's obviously a male dominated job.
Yeah.
And they might be a little bit afraid of, like, it might be daunting to them. The lads don't care. As long as you're good working, they don't mind.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like me and Stephen have said before, we've had Martha Kinch from the ESB on the podcast as well, doing an interview. And there's not a bad word to be said about the ESB. And I think the perks within it are brilliant. And it's great for the likes of you being here today, showing it off.
When you get qualified as well, then there's options then to move on then even into the engineering end of it as well, electrical engineering. Like, so
even if you want to go do a supervisor role, there's no problem.
Yeah.
If you have experience on the tools, you can do anything you want.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Lots of opportunity for promotion.
Oh, huge opportunities, yeah. You can even go and be a trainer in the training school if you will. Like, anything.
That's the handy one.
Yeah.
Well, look, thanks very much for speaking to us, and best of luck for the rest of it. What have you got, an hour left? 2 hours? Whenever you are told.
Cheers,
yeah,
guys.
well, thanks, Roy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Right, Keith, that's another bonus episode in the can. I don't know what you thought about it, but what's your feedback on what we've experienced here today?
Yeah, so absolutely excellent event that we're after having the honour of going around and talking to not only the competitors but the tutors, the companies that are involved. Lots of things that we didn't expect to be here in terms of recruitment as well. So yeah, look, it's after opening up our eyes to what WorldSkills is. To walking in here today, me and Stephen thought maybe it was just about trades and trades related jobs, but coming out, our eyes are open, and it's a hell of a lot more, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, no, 100%, Keith. It's definitely an eye opener for potential career prospects for junior cert, leaving cert, transition year students, all trying to figure out what their next career move is. So fair play to WorldSkills Ireland for putting these events on, and we really look forward to being involved with them and other events in the future. So if you liked what you heard here today on this bonus episode, make sure you head over to wherever you get your podcast, give us a like and a follow, and you'll be notified when the next episode and when the next season drops. Take it easy.
See you on the next one.